assume that's true. Like you feel like you can kind of feel.
I do feel like that.
Yeah.
like it's crazy because it's like something that I can only feel it myself. So it feels crazy because like I have to tell you what I'm feeling it. But yeah, I do feel like you can be him. It's just really just reading energies and shit like that. We can go a little deeper. It's probably just trauma at the end of the day. I think anything that's a quote unquote superpower is just trauma. Like you're very like, I'm just super aware of things because, life, childhood shit.
Yeah.
It's really not as fascinating. Like, when you really delve into it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fun way to start, a fun joke, because I think, like, you say funny stuff, but even just the setup, I think people probably see you and they go, like, you call yourself an empath, you're kind of like, have like bouncer energy almost if you don't know you. So it's like, then to say you're kind of like sensitive to people's feelings in a room is kind of like, it makes people go, oh, wait, maybe this isn't what I.
I get a lot of that. I think I'm figuring out like that's like a lot of my humor. It's like people like, he really thinks he's like, I wouldn't expect this guy, the bouncer guy energy to talk about certain things. It's like, nah, I look at the stars and I believe in like your birthday and your name really makes your personality a thing. Like I really believe weird shit like that.
Yeah. Well, let's get into some of that today, because like that's one of the things too is like this is especially on your return visit, like it doesn't have to be like funny. Like there's this thing that's been happening where like when I go to a show or a mic, you know how there'll be like comics that are in their first year and they're so excited and they just want to like do shtick at you. And it's like they're just trying to impress you and they're not funny. Like none of it's even good, but it's like,
bless their heart.
I like it. Like you know, before a show, you'll just kind of be chilling there on your phone. Like it's like, you don't have to, when you walk out from the mic where people are desperately trying to be funny and then you go out and people are like, oh, just fucking, just be yourself, man. It's not all about desperately trying to be funny all the time.
Some people can't turn it off. Like you gotta know how to be able to turn it on and turn it off. Like you go on stage, you turn it on. You go off stage, you just be yourself again. And you just relax and talk about sports or whatever else people are talking about. And,
Do you follow sports? Can you hold a? I don't know anything about sports.
Little bit, man. I'm getting
down.
I'm getting out of sports now, mainly because I have been spending way too much time on Reddit, and I don't believe a lot anymore because of that. So, like, I believe sports are rigged, and so it's hard for me to watch like the NFL now.
Really, you think that?
Yeah. I believe it.
Hell
is.
Yeah.
Like the Chiefs Raiders game. I don't know. Well, you may not watch, but the way it ended in a way. I'm not going to explain it to you because you're not going to understand it. But it ended in a way that a football game should not end.
It's like a movie or something. Like somebody had to write it. It couldn't have just.
It ended on a penalty call that normally, if that penalty is called at the very start of the play, and it shuts the whole play down because it was on the offense. But they waited until the play played itself out, until the Raiders, I think, fumbled it or threw an interception, and then they were like, oh, holding or whatever. No, false start on the Raiders. But it was like, if it was a false start, then that play shouldn't have counted at all. Yeah, real technical stuff, but like it's stuff like that, and like I
understood like half of that. But.
Yeah, you understood.
I got the general idea.
Yeah, penalty flags.
Like it was improbable. Is that what you're saying?
It shouldn't. It normally when that penalty is called, it's called at the beginning of the play, and it shuts the play down completely. It's like they called the flag, but waited until to see the end result of the play before they stopped the play. It's like you can't do that. Like that's not how that works at all. So that, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I've been reading. It's just like I'm more now into like high school sports high school and college. I can't. The pros is hard for me to watch.
It's like this podcast. It's like I want to hear people that are just trying to make it. I don't want to hear like celebrities talk about their car collections and their cold plunge tanks. Like I want to hear the people that struggle at
the trenches.
like high school. It's like that's the real. That's like why are we obsessed with celebrities? Like why do we want to hear about their shit? That's not even relevant to my life.
Yeah, it's turning a little bit now because like more of like influencers are like people you can see every day.
Right,
people you see every day. Yeah, it can have like 100,000 followers. So I believe a lot of people are like starting to think the way you think. It's like, why do I want to follow a celebrity whose life is like so vastly different than mine?
That's not even a real person anymore to me. I mean, I'm not saying Taylor Swift doesn't like have talent and write good songs, but it's like I would much rather hear some regular. I don't know.
Her life isn't what most people's life is. Yeah. So it's like when you listen to those people, it is kind of like a disconnect. Like
it's a Disney princess story or something where it's like, why are we watching something that doesn't represent me?
Yeah.
That's how we do it down here.
Mm-hmm.
60 views, baby.
The real. Oh, you got 60?
I mean, it's all over the place, you know.
What is the average? That's good. If it's 60 on average, that's like great, man.
I mean,
you're growing an audience here.
The reels, you know, the clips will do better, but then like the actual episodes, there's YouTube and there's the audio version. So, you know, I mean, I think that, you know, given enough time, they usually get like, you know, 100-ish. I don't know if people get all the way to the end, but I mean, I think we probably talked about this last. I build it so it's for me, you know, we're holding mics, we're getting into interesting ideas, and that's just cool. So I'm not gonna be disappointed if nobody ever watches it, you know. But I do like it when people watch it. I mean, I'm trying to
have 100 and something people watching for the most. That's great. Hey. That's great.
It started as Asheville comedy, and now it's branching out into like regional comedy and music and stuff like that. So,
you've had some Asheville musicians on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure those guys always have like great stories.
Yeah.
Comedy. We don't really have. Dude, I've been having this thought for a while because I run this show where I mix with improv people, and yeah, dude. But that exact thought. But look,
I'm sorry.
And this is a thought that I've been having from me being in the improv world. They're so much happier than comedians
because they have each other.
Yeah,
they're not like the lone wolf with the trauma from childhood.
Yeah.
They're like it's a bunch of Christians in a group supporting each other, and if they don't laugh, we support each other.
Dude,
we're not laughing because improv is not funny. We do the real shit.
Yeah.
I'm kind of joking, but I do love to shit on. Part of this podcast is any chance to shit on improv. It's just, you know, we like, you know.
I was say because the improv audience is great. I love the improv,
and they're just like turning this episode off now. Like fuck this host.
They pay very well. They love to come out. They're just like, it's different performing in front
nice
of
people.
They are they want you
stand
to
up
succeed.
as assholes. Improv's nice people.
Even the crowds are different too because it's like an improv crowd wants you to succeed. They want you to be like I see an improv person, like they'll go into like something like a bit on stage and like they'll kind of stumble or stop and freeze and like can't figure out a word and the crowd will laugh. I'm like, I couldn't imagine doing that at comedy. You start, crowd be like, man, shut the fuck.
And that's why we're funnier is because like we don't get that, you know.
We don't tougher environment.
It's like going to like I have kids, so I've been to a lot of like kids talent shows, and like the more awful the performance is, the more everyone's like, yeah. Like if you see a kid that's like off key, off time, then you get, and like improv's kind of like that to me. I mean, I've never been obviously I've never been like, I'm not talking about Second City in Chicago.
Oh yeah, that's different.
But I'm talking about like at the like level that, you know, of whatever we're at or this podcast is at, like
one.
Like even level one.
Level one.
I mean that's generous.
Press start.
One more than zero.
Yeah.
But like you what was I saying with that? Yeah, it's real. Like, I mean, you watch somebody go up and it's just the worst stand-up you've ever seen. And it's like, we know it's bad. Nobody's laughing. That person's ashamed. This is reality. Whereas in improv, it feels like that kid's talent show to me where like if it gets real bad, people like double down on their, you're so brave, man. I'm just like, what is this fucking lie? I'm not going to sit in this lie. I didn't get into comedy for the lies.
Yeah. They are. It does go to them being very supportive of each other.
If I bomb, like I should feel ashamed. Y'all should stare at me and make me feel bad. And I'll go home and try to get better.
I'm thinking though, because I'm like the only time I really laugh if a comedian is bombing is like when it's absolute silence. Like I laugh at that because it's like
it's hilarious.
It should be laughter right here, and it's not.
Yeah,
that's funny to me.
And when you know the comedian and you've seen that joke work before, and you see it on their face, like the panic. I mean, that's hilarious. Yeah. I mean, I'll take that laugh if I'm up there and I'm bombing and my comedian friend in the back laughs. Like, that's great. That's real.
Yeah.
I say a lot of shit on here and then I listen back and I'm like, I don't even agree with half the shit. We just start talking. And,
no, it's the truth though. I mean, it is definitely a different environment. Like improv is just that's a great analogy. Like they're like kid talent show level where like they're very supportive and it's a good environment. It's weird, man, because I always feel like stand-up comedians have certain thoughts and feelings about like improv and stuff, and I don't feel the same. So I always feel different. I always feel like the outcast because I'm like, I like improv. I go to improv shows for fun. I go to improv shows for fun.
Because you kind of like strike me as a kind of a no-nonsense type, but you're not gonna like be like pretend to to laugh. Oh, do you? Okay. Well, I don't think I've seen that side.
I'm a great pretender laugher. I fit right in. Was it herd mentality? I'm right in there.
Okay.
You said the wrong word.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. When in Rome, do what the Romans do.
Is it just because you know that if you don't, like, everyone's gonna be like, "What's the matter with this fucking guy?"
I don't know what it is. It's like when you in that moment, it's just
we're all laughing.
I guess because it's a great analogy that you use the kid talent show reference, because I kind of view improv like that. It's kind of like grown adults getting together and playing like children.
Yeah.
It's like a child playing as an astronaut. It's almost like it is the whole environment is silly. Like it's like we're 35 years old and this is not a campfire, but look at us, and it's it's really silly environment. Yeah. I'm starting to realize in my life that I'm more of a theater kid than I knew.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very much a theater.
Did you do theater?
No, I was. This is what I was saying. I feel like comedians, we do carry our trauma with us more, and it makes us more self-deprecating than like improv people who are like, things are okay, things are great, and we have each other. So it's like, and I'm kind of becoming that person where it's like things are great. Yeah, it's just a shift.
I have that side to me too, but like not with improv. I think I'm like that with anything except improv. There's just something about I just enjoy the like the yin and yang. Like you have improv and you have stand up, and it's like we do the real. It's just fun to me to. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I mean, I have no like real hatred in my heart, but the number of times
I feel hatred.
Yeah,
the empath in me is like, I feel the hatred. I feel the judgment of us theater kids.
I mean, I don't like doing my stand-up for an audience where I feel like they're laughing out of pity, or they're laughing. When it starts to get uncomfortable and people start laughing, it's like, don't laugh. Just let it be a creepy, weird silence. Like, and then let's push through that. Like, let's not. The whole point of it is that laughing is involuntary and it's real, and you're not like. I'll do it for my kids at the talent show.
Yeah.
But then you turn 18 and it's like, look, I'm gonna be honest. All that shit you did at the talent show is bad.
But I guess that is the vibe at an improv show. We are still kids at a talent show. Yeah. It's like
it is pretty sweet.
It's funny that we're dancing off key and can't sing and can't remember our words and shit. That's the funny part.
So do you have
it? It's hard to pitch improv to somebody who don't like improv. Like it has its moment. I got an improv like really big just simply because like as a comedian, like watching comedy all the time, I can kind of start to tell like when a punchline is coming, or I can like I'm like, okay, I know where he's about to go with this joke. Like the audience is like, oh my God, and I'm like, I knew where the fuck.
Totally.
Yeah.
I've heard 8 versions of that same joke.
Yeah. But with improv, it's like you don't know what's coming next. So like for me, it was like just from watching stand up all the time, I got an improv, especially in Richmond, we had like an improv theater, and so I would just go there just to get a break and like
really,
it was just like just because I didn't know what was going to happen.
You never did improv.
You
were a stand up who would just drop by.
It was very like I could feel the energy from them. Like what the fuck? Is he gonna come here and heckle? Like no.
Your stand up friends are like, we're going out to the bar, and you're like, I'm going home. Definitely not going to check out some improv or anything. You had to hide it from your stand up friends.
I tell them, and I get shitted on a lot for it. But I also like for improv, I like the creativity too that comes with like stand up is cool, it's great, you get to go on stage. But with improv, they can do a lot more like theme shows and stuff. Like they do like they'll do shows like they'll make up a whole TV show on it. I like quirky shit, like just weird shit, like very strange stuff. It's like it's appealing to me. It's like, what would make somebody do stuff like that?
Yeah.
Get up with a group of grown people and pretend that we're in a rocket ship.
Yeah.
That's something that children do. But it's funny.
Is it like maybe there's some side of you wanna
I do. You
want to like get up there and be in the rocket ship, but you know that like your stand-up side's like, I can't do that. I could be next to it, but I can't.
I'll give myself
about to land the plane. It would be crazy to see that. You perform that way.
I would love to do it. That's probably one of the things that hold me back. I knew comedians would shit on it. They'll come to the show just to shit on it, like just to look at this.
But that's cool too. I mean, you're funny, so you could take the shit.
And
maybe that even help your stand up in some way. You could have a bit about these fucking comedians aren't even funny or shitting on me for doing improv. I don't know. Yeah. I think you should join an improv troupe. I'd come see you do
improv group. Well, I don't. It's the show is like stand up versus improv.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you like seen me.
I've done those shows and I love them because improv sets the bar so low for being funny But then you come out and you do actual funny stuff, and you're like, I'm murdering. These people are laughing for real now.
Yeah, dude, and the crowds are so great. They love stand-up comedy.
The way that it often works is it's like you do an improv course, and then at the end there's a big show, and you get your 5 people from work, or there's that one person that nobody from work came or whatever. That the people in the improv troupe just pretend to like. But have you gotten like real sweet since last time we talked? Have you gotten like real sweet since the last time we talked?
You said real sweet?
Yeah, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I am.
Maybe it's your second visit, and this is the real.
No, how long ago was that? We talking? Was it 2 years?
I think it was last summer.
Summer?
Less than a year.
Yeah, I've been through an awakening in life, and I'm not
really?
I'm not as harsh as I was. I'm very, very, very chill now.
Okay.
I'm growing into a very boring individual. I'm just like this all the time. I'm just like something. I can get a flat tire on the way home, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe God wanted me to sit on the side of this road and sit and wait for him, the tow truck guy, for an hour. Maybe I needed this time to myself. I'm becoming very zen. Like I'm trying to become as zen as I possibly can. I want to talk about it. Like, I want to talk about it on stage. It's like, how do you talk about certain things? But I'm always cautious of, I don't want to talk about something and not be funny. Like, I still, at the end of the day, when I'm on stage, want to be funny.
Oh, for sure.
But it's like, I do want to talk about certain things. But how do you bring up, like, trauma is such a, you use the word trauma, it automatically has a negative connotation to that word. Yeah. So it's like, how do you bring that on stage without, and there's so many people talking about it. And like, some people are sad, and I'm not sad.
Oh, yeah. The mics are like, I mean, especially in Nashville, this is like, very like touchy-feely, liberal kind of place. So there's a lot of people that see like Nanette or something like that, and they go, oh, well, I'll just go up and talk about my trauma. And I'm doing comedy. It's like, you do got to have punchlines. I mean, I think at a mic, it's okay to be like, I'm going to try this traumatic story. And then, if it makes it into the act or at a show, then you've found the punchlines. But at a mic, you can get up and like, just try something for 5 minutes, and then you're like, oh, that wasn't funny. Yeah, but that's okay, because you can be funny. I think you should allow yourself to take those risks. It's like if you're delusional enough to think that to keep doing it not funny, and you think it's funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I'm always aware of the fact that like I want to get material at open mics to try to take it to like comedy club. I'm always thinking comedy club. So it's like, will comedy clubs react to certain things? Like, it's like, how do you bring certain things up on stage without bringing the mood down? Like, at the end of the day, I don't want to bring the mood down ever. And especially when I'm on stage. And it's like, how do I bring up certain things up with just straight, but still actually be legit 100% funny the whole time? I don't ever want to be preachy on stage. And I feel like if I bring certain things up, it's going to start coming off as like preach. Or I'm going to start being preachy, and I don't want to. Yeah. That's not what you got off work and came here for, to hear me preach
I don't like preachy comedy.
Yeah, no. It's cool if you get like some lines in there. You say a line that maybe had like some deeper meaning to it and then go off. But when the audience starts, oh man, we're out of that. But I don't know if you remember, it was like 6-7 years ago where like clap, was it? I forgot, they gave it a name. It was like clap and comedy mixed together. Clapter, I think is what it was. Like somebody would say something very profound. Dude, it was
applause break.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, it was a lot of comedy specials that fell victim to that.
Yeah, just not funny, but just like I don't go to comedy for like intellectual. I don't want somebody talking down to me. Yeah, I think you can hint at a point through your own experience, but I don't like comedy that like talks down to me, or it sounds too smart, or is political. Like, I mean, there's a lot of like liberal pandering that I see in comedy where people get up and they're like, well, fucking, I hate Trump. And everybody's like, yay. And it's like, and for my next idea, I'm like, that was all. You're just like, I know I can pander to this audience. Like, that's.
Yeah. I don't feel like that's comedians' jobs to do. Like, I really don't feel like, and this is a personal thing. I don't feel like a comedian should really have any like side. Really, we are supposed to talk about, to me, the bullshit that everybody does. So you shouldn't have a hard stance on anything, because then like you're not picking on everybody equally. Like, you should be picking on, even as a comedian, you should be picking on everybody equally. Left, right, anybody, racial, religion, everybody. You shouldn't have a hard, like, cause I mean, I have a hard stance on certain things, like, but when I get on stage, it's like, I'm not going to talk about them, because it's just like, Now I'm just debating you. Now we're in here arguing instead of me doing the comedy show.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that. But yeah, I see comedians. Some comedians come out there. I feel like this. Like, I didn't come here for this at all. I read.
Yeah.
I don't need this.
You mean like, what do you like, books? Like, what do you
read.
okay.
Like,
what do you like to?
I'm really. I bounce around. Right now, I'm reading something. Something based around like psychology. I'm trying to like learn more about marketing because I feel like that's like the most important. I feel like across anything, if you want, if that's something that, especially if you're entertainment, like learn how to market yourself, like that's going to be the thing that's going to separate you from anybody else.
100%.
Yeah. So it's like I'm trying to learn more about that. So I read a book called Contagious, like Why Things Catch On, and I bounce around between that. Then I have like a set like a whole list on like Amazon. One of them is like a self-help categories. Like I read like a lot of self-help stuff. Marketing, self-help.
So you like the nonfiction. Yeah, because like the marketing thing is really interesting because like, you know, there's this whole new thing that's happened since COVID where I'll be on a show with somebody been doing stand-up for less than a year, has a ton of followers, and people are coming out and they haven't really figured out how to do jokes yet, but it's like, all right, this is not going away, this thing about if you're not online, then like it's kind of hard to get booked, which I don't really like being online. But what I've noticed about marketing, and I haven't read any books or anything, is that like if you can be that one thing, like if I wore like big weird glasses and I only talk about the 90s, I have the 90s were and it's like, oh, he's the 90s guy, I go to him. Like that seems to be like a lot like more successful than like I'm just a regular guy talking about all aspects of my life.
Oh yeah.
Which is what I want to do, but I'm like, it's almost like I need a gimmick or something to.
Dude, that's what like from these books, like they talk about it. Like you really do want to find your niche. Like people really don't want somebody who's like talking about. Oh, it's harder to market that. Like it's easy to market somebody who's like, oh, he wears sunglasses and he talks about not being able to see for 60 minutes. It's easy to market that person than somebody who talks about not being able to see. A briefcase, different things or whatever in their set. So yeah, it sucks.
That pisses me off because my favorite comics aren't like that. Like my favorite comics are the ones that talk about their whole life, like Richard Pryor or like there's just Norm Macdonald. It's like this is big body of work is about everything. He's not the guy that's like whatever got the catchphrase, and it feels like you kind of need to be that way. Or
I think if you can find, and this is what I'm hoping to do within the next couple of months with some projects I'm about to start dropping, if you can find a way to find that character online but still be yourself when they come see you. At the end of the day, your whole goal is to try to get people to your shows and get people to come see you. So yeah, if you got to be the sunglass, that would actually be a funny ass skit, like a sun, but like don't do it on stage. Like don't do it on stage, but just do it off stage. Just the sunglass comic. I can't see. That's so fucking, bro. People love.
But then people come to the show and you walk out and you're like, I'm just a regular guy. I was at the supermarket and people are like, where's the fucking sunglasses guy?
That's when it becomes tough. That's when like you gotta ask yourself that question: do I do 5 minutes of the sunglass?
I just heard my friend just last night does sound for like the Comedy Zone, and there was somebody that came and she did the first 30 minutes as herself, and then she was like, "You ready to bring out our weird zany guest that drove here with me?" And there's a video that shows the like. She's like going backstage to get dressed into the other character, and then she comes out for the second half, and people are like, "Yeah, it's the absurd character from my phone," and it was packed, and she crushed it. I'm like, "Oh, is that what it's become?"
Yeah, I mean,
because I could never do it. It's like almost like improv at that point.
Yeah. That's one way. I like you just really got to find your way. Like I haven't really done a lot online, so I can't really speak that much about it. But yeah, that's crazy to have to do the last 30 as the character. That would be tough. Because I'm thinking, I'm like, I want to introduce a character, but I couldn't imagine doing 30 minutes as the character.
I've thought about just going to a mic and wearing a mullet or something, being like a character just to experiment. But then if it actually like became bigger than me, and then you had to. Like the Get Her Done, the cable guy, like he, I don't know that much about him, but he was like a regular guy with a different name, for like 10 years, I think.
Yeah.
And then stumbled onto that character with the sleeveless flannel who's like has a catchphrase. And then it was like,
you got to. And it's so crazy because they say he's not nothing like that. Like if you ever meet him, like he's like not Larry the Cable Guy at all.
Yeah, I'm surprised he gets away with it for not like, I'm surprised but people aren't like he's characterizing rednecks or something. I'm kind of surprised.
I don't think that's a word that rednecks are going to throw around. He's characterizing.
That's a good point.
He's culturally appropriating.
No redneck has ever complained about cultural appropriation.
Yeah, no. I think in a way though, they might know that it's not and don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
It's
almost like they say like magicians, like some people think that like magic. I don't know why this reference is the first thing that came to my fucking head. Was something about magic, but like people think that like people back in the day believe that magic was real. It's like no, they knew it was fake too. It was just like we're just here to see a show. Yeah. I think it's the same thing. Like we know it's fake, but we don't. Even if they do it, they don't give a
It's like improv. It's like we all know it's not funny, but we we pretend collectively.
Shout out Manatee Vanity Improv. I love those guys.
See, it's fun if you can just shit on improv a little at the top. Then each time you can make a little improv jab.
A little joke.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we're improv now. This is not a knife, and we're improv. Yes, and I stab you. Yes, and.
I mean, I've thought about taking improv just to like just to get more muscle memory, like in the moment with improvising on stage. Like I'm trying to move in a direction where my comedy is not scripted and I don't say things the same way more and more with each year. I mean, do you do that? Do you like when you're trying out new stuff at the mics, do you run it in your head enough to know what the words in the order is, or do you kind of go up with an idea and you like spitball it on stage? Or?
I more so go up with an idea and spitball it on stage. I envy comics that can really write everything out and then go up on stage and perform it and still actually get laughs.
Yeah.
Whenever I find myself trying to do that, it's just like I suck all the character and personality out of my jokes.
Yeah.
And like the only thing when I'm on stage, I'm telling the joke, I'm trying to remember what I wrote on the page, and it's just like it just doesn't come off right.
The audience can feel it that you're somewhere.
Yeah.
I think that's most of what open mics is you watching people try to read a script in their head and act like they're being natural, but the audience
you can
smell it.
Picks up on it.
Even an audience is not savvy. Like people kind of know. A group of people know when they're being bullshitted.
Yeah.
So
they might not know technically like what happened, but they can feel like something. Like why are you talking like this? Yeah. You said a word and you stumbled over it, and you went back and like it was like are you a recorder? Like what the fuck? It is definitely something the audience member can pick up on. So it's like. I envy comedians who can do it. It's just like I just have to go up there with an idea and see like where it takes me and like see and like I'll maybe go up with like 3-4 tags or punchlines in my head to see how it sounds when I get it out there.
Yeah, but not the whole thing. I think that's a rare skill. I mean, I ask almost everyone on here about that because I find that really interesting. And there's only a couple people that actually write it out.
Damn,
and I
thought more people would. I thought more people would write it out.
Well, that are funny. I think there's probably a lot of people that.
Okay.
But and I think like. Maybe being like the one person I know that does it in Asheville, it's really good, is like autistic, so just has a very different way. So it's like they can do that. But I think once you get funny on stage, which takes a while for most people, then when you go back and write alone, you might have a better chance at it. Mm-hmm. Like when you're first starting, you're writing all the stuff you think's funny, but you don't know what. You haven't like stood before the people. But once you do that hundreds of times, I think you can maybe write alone, and you can bring some of that back with you. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of like model it, simulate it in your mind, like what an audience would react like.
Yeah. Oh, I love being able to. Yeah. I just walk back in my house with a fake audience in my head.
Yeah, that's where they laugh.
Start crowd working the wall and shit. What is your writing process like?
It's usually like something funny happens in real life. And I get a laugh, and I write down that sentence or that idea, and then if that gets a laugh on stage, I try to keep adding to it.
Okay.
And then, but then I have been trying lately, like the thing you were saying, where I'm like, well, I just keep thinking about this, so it's important to me. I wonder if I can make it funny, and I've been doing this 10 years now, so I think that's like, I feel like when I started. It's so hard to get a laugh that I just have my act is whatever the fuck they laugh at, which is like 1 out of 10 things. But then as you get more evolved, you can start to go, what do I want to talk about? And your jokes can hopefully get a little more like weird and personal and be things only I could say. Like that's kind of my goal.
Yeah.
So I am kind of bringing up things now that actually are like more trauma and more. But I've done like the jokes, so I'm hoping I can like but it doesn't always work. But I'm hoping I can make the things that actually are like sad and heavy and intense funny, because that's my favorite kind of comedy. But I think that's like, it's like the more like traumatic or tense the subject matter is, the better the punchline has to be. You go to open mics and you see all these bros try to be like suicide, but it's you just made everybody uncomfortable. You got to have like an A+ punchline to make people in this room have experienced suicide. Like if you're gonna take on those topics, you got to be really fucking funny.
Yeah, you can't be soft with it. You can't come with a weak jab. To that fight. Yeah, you gotta come strong.
Yeah. I notice when I just write down things in my life that are funny, and then it comes time to go to a mic, that they do kind of cluster though, or like it's just random thoughts. But I'll like, now I have a whole chunk that's on like technology and like AI and the apocalypse. I worry a lot about that, but I've got a bunch of silly like Bugs Bunny jokes about it.
Okay.
But the topic is actually something that I really have a lot of fear about, but then I can kind of do that topic in a way where it's kind of silly.
I think that's the way you have to do it. Like, or find out whatever your way to like lessen the blow, to like make sure the audience understands like, I'm okay with this. Like, I'm not trying to like scare you with the shit. Like, that's my whole thing, is like not trying to scare the audience or trying to like make them feel sad about it. But like, if you do it and you tie it into Bugs Bunny, but you have Bugs Bunny with the like the AI,
like Bugs Bunny energy, but the topic is like AI is gonna murder us all. Next year.
That's the way to do it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how do I talk about certain things and kind of find my Bugs Bunny path to it, to where it's like not so heavy. Because there's a lot of things I want to talk about too, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah. We might talked about Richard Pryor last time, but like I'll watch his specials with the sound down, and like sometimes I'll just watch them, and it's like I'll write down, he's talking about like all kinds, like his life, drugs, like relationships, race, animals. But then when I turn the sound down and watch him, like, it is Bugs Bunny. Like, he gets down on the floor, he's running around, he's like sweating his ass off. Like he's coming at it with like almost like a Jim Carrey level of energy. But until I turned the sound down, I was like, oh, he's talking about his pain and his trauma. But then when I just look at him, I'm like, he's packaging it in the silliest way. And I love that it's like these two opposite things that he's able to, like, to me, that's kind of like, I mean, I'm never going to be able to do it that good, but it's like, I'm trying to just kind of like get in that direction more,
I think that's more so like the performance aspect of it too, where it's like you are taking something that's like very like material that's like real heavy, but you're performing it in a way where it's kind of like silly and goofy. So the audience is like, oh, okay, this is lighthearted, but the whole time it's like you were freebasing crack, freebasing crack. We could have stopped right there and then burned yourself, and then shot at the police, and shot at the car tires, and then a whole bunch of stuff.
Like it's like. It's the saddest thing ever. And I'm laughing my ass off. Like I don't know what's happening, but it's like the most genius level of it.
That's something I got to go back and watch. And then Richard Pryor, I haven't watched that in a while.
They got a few of them on Netflix now, so I'll just like put it on with the sound down and like try to write or listen to some music.
Damn, Richard Pryor was really great at that.
I mean, it also makes me just want to quit. I watch it and I'm just like, why am I even trying to get up and do it?
Cat Williams was like real good at that too, like inserting like real stuff, but then like doing it in a jokey joke, man. I guess just not really focusing on so much of the heavy part, and just focusing more of the just really emphasizing the funny aspect of it. I guess that's the way to go about it. I tried to kill myself. You know what's crazy about trying to kill yourself? Trying to kill yourself is crazy, because what if you don't die? Then you just living.
I feel like half of open mics is people talking about I tried to kill myself, but then nothing funny happens. And you're about to go up next, and you're like, this person just made everyone like super uncomfortable. Like, so like I feel like you can kind of like Mark Norman to some, like I just hear a lot of people being doing that little like that kind of and it's like, for me, that does nothing. Like that, I'm just like, I get that he's just like a good writer and people like it, so I'm not shitting on him or anything, but that's just not my taste at all. Like I get these clever little words.
Like real, like, because he's a real solid joke writer, so it's like the joke writing aspect of it. I can respect just a good joke. They are really solid jokes.
Yeah, like the writing. Yeah,
the writing is real is real great, real solid. You can tell like he really crafted those jokes.
Sometimes there'll be a thing that happens where like he's fine, but then you spawn so many imitators. It's like Shane Gillis or something. Like I think Shane Gillis is like amazing, but like you go to any mic and you'll see like at least 5 bros be like doing that, like talking just like him, and you're like, man, this like. Why you gotta ruin Shane for me, guys? Find your own voice.
That's real life cloning right there. That's serious. That's real life clone. Like, I think you could probably like really clone people like with the DNA shit. That's a whole nother subject.
Yeah,
but like that's a real. That's a real. That's one aspect of cloning, regardless of the laboratory shit. Is just literally somebody watching somebody be like and wanting to imitate that person. And it's crazy how you see a lot of people like that. And honestly, it's I have grace with them because I was one of those people.
Me too. It's like you're so terrified to be yourself that you just copy somebody.
But it is though, like everything is learned behavior. You learn from everybody. So it's like if it's your first time doing comedy or it's like you just started doing. Now you should get off of that and stop doing that after like a year.
Yeah,
honestly. You should. It takes a while to find your voice, but you should start developing your own self after like a year once you become comfortable. Yeah. But no, like that's most people's like when they first get on stage, it's like they try to be some. I know, like I think I went through a Kevin Hart phase and I went through a Cat Williams phase. So I went through a phase where I was like, yeah, like I was trying to do act outs and I was, hey. Like I think I hit that a couple times and Cat Williams and I was trying to be too energetic. I don't know why with my size I went to try to imitate like two of the small.
I was trying to picture like especially Kevin Hart. He's like doing cartwheels and shit.
Dude, I was working. I would come off stage just drenched in sweat. Like I was like, okay, I need to find something more. My speed. For my size.
Yeah. I mean, Cat is very interesting. I kind of have only gotten really into him recently. I kind of missed him for a while for some reason, and he's just. I love listening to a podcast with him.
Oh yeah.
Just like the thoughtful, slow. Mm-hmm. He's read like more books than anyone else alive.
I think he said 2,400 a year. I think it was. So crazy. He's putting up Derrick Henry numbers with books. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's an interesting.
His Audible list gotta be like he's just buying credits left and right. Listen to,
but you're not doing like, I mean, I guess like, you know, if you're not like, he's got a very specific voice, so I don't want to hear anyone at a mic doing an impression of Cat Williams' voice. Like
it was more so for me like the topics and like his cadence. His cadence is like When I was imitating Cat Williams, it was Pimp Chronicles Cat Williams, and like his cadence was just like and I wanted that so bad. And I still kind of thrive to get that level of like sets where it's just like it was like every 5-10 seconds it was like a laugh coming. Like I was trying to get that's ridiculous. To be able to keep that speed up, especially for like an hour, is just. It was like, dude, like if you go back and watch that special, like some of his setups were like funnier than some people's punchlines.
Yeah,
like I remember like really breaking that shit down as a comedian. I'm like, dude, no, that's a setup. Why are you not supposed to be laughing that hard at the setup? Yeah,
I heard something. I listened to a podcast with him, and he was talking about. I found this so interesting that when he gets ready to go out on tour, I don't even know if he does mics. He might actually kind of make it up. Yeah,
no,
he was saying he finds a place that's as big as the stage that he's going to be on, and he choreographs it. Like before he goes out, he knows he's walking to that side of the stage. He's stopping here. He's turning around, and I was like, whoa, you know that. I look at myself. I'm just standing there doing nothing. And I was like, man, you could actually, why not practice? So sometimes I'll come in here and I'll actually kind of try to like walk around and just do a little something more as a performer. It kind of blew my mind that he's like, I practice that. It's like the joke is half of it is the steps. I know the steps, like the dance of it.
Damn.
And I was like, wow.
So I love hearing comedians like that talk because it's like they think on a different level. Because I would have never. I mean, I try to like also imitate when I'm on stage, but never to the point where it's like, you know, I'm gonna be over here, I'm gonna be over here. That's a different level of like stage performer right there, and trying to. Yeah, that's.
And I forget. He said some things too that I remember. Like at the time I was watching it and listening. He said like when he walks. It's like part of it, where he's like, I got this first idea, and then he walks the other side, and it's like he manages. There's like some way that he drives the point home by the audience seeing like, well, I started it here and then we're going to end up here.
Oh, that's like, damn, deep. Yeah, that's real. That's real stage. That's something you learn in school. Like that's something you take 4 years of theater studies to get to grasp the concept of like, start a point. That's something that a politician probably does. Like start a point over here, come over here, and then drive it. Oh okay. I got a new thing to copy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I gotta ponder that for a while. Because it's certain things. Like I'm learning. My girlfriend says, Keith, you really like to read books. You just like to drop the fact that you read a bunch of books. But like,
could be both.
I think it is a mixture of both. I think it is definitely a mixture of both.
It's all right to have a little vanity about something awesome. You're making your brain better. Why not brag about it?
Exactly.
Maybe somebody else will start reading.
Hopefully. Well, and you can start with this one book by John Maxwell. I don't know if it's C. Maxwell, but like his whole thing is he's like a public speaker, and it's like certain things that I've learned from that I would never even think to realize. Like it's just simple stuff like he was talking about like just tell the audience that you're happy to see them. Like that's very simple. That's such a simple thing, but it's like you can just feel like it makes the audience like, oh, okay. And like knowing when to smile. Like he's like, don't smile as soon as you come out on the stage, because like then it just seems like you just smile at people.
Kind of desperate or fake.
All the fucking time. But it's like get up on stage, how you doing? Happy to see just little stuff like that. It's like stuff like that is like what makes an elite performer compared to an open micer. Like it's really small details like mapping out, okay, I'm gonna start a point over here, come over here, and like it's real high level shit like that. So I like hearing stuff like that.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, you something like that can change your whole act. Like doing something up top, like setting the tone. Like I mean, I love what you said about being like happy to see you, whatever you just said, because I have like a bit where I'm it's like there's too much content. But then at some point I was like, there's too much content at home. You guys could have stayed home. Thanks for coming to a comedy show. And I'm like, and then that felt so good to go because I genuinely meant like, hey, thank you guys for coming out to this show. And I think on maybe that show, a bunch of people have been like, oh, I guess you didn't like that joke. Oh, fuck you. This guy. It's like you're being mean to the people that came. And I noticed when I just like, it's almost like a mantra. I go like, I appreciate y'all. See, I am kind of like you at the improv. I have my own like cheesy side too. Where I'm like I do want to have love for the audience. Like I'm not one of those people. It's like I don't give a shit if you like me. It's like I want to like honor that you guys came and maybe you even paid. And I noticed if I have
especially if you paid,
and if I have that energy, I've noticed the show goes better too. So it's like just little tweaks like that.
Yeah. I see that in a lot of things though. Like when I watch like a comedian who may not be as strong, I'm like, if you would just change this one thing, and like sometimes I want to tell them, but then like I've told like comedians who aren't funny, gave them advice, and like they'll listen if they'll do. I'm like, why? No, don't apply it like that. Or like, the worst is when you give them a tag. I've given like a garbage comedian. I've given like a comedian that isn't as strong. Let's put it politically correct. Isn't as strong. I'll give them it's sleeped out. I give them a tag and like they'll go up to do the joke and like it won't work. They'll be like, well, I'm like, no, because you didn't fucking don't blame me. I would have crushed that shit.
Yeah, and that's rude too. If somebody gives you a tag, it's like take it or leave it. You gotta still deliver it.
Yeah,
and you gotta time it. I mean, you gotta. And you can't be like, your shit didn't work. It's like, well, neither did your shit. Yeah.
You didn't work it, motherfucker.
I mean, I would love it. I have pretty thick skin with feedback, and I would love it if we all told each other stuff. But I noticed it's, I don't like giving unsolicited. I can tell sometimes I'm like, if you just change that one thing, you don't know where you lost them. But I feel like if people don't ask me, I probably shouldn't. I mean, giving somebody a tag, that's always cool. But being like, hey, can I give you some advice? I'm not trying to like mansplain somebody's act to them. But I wish we did that more.
It sucks that we don't, man, because honestly, like those are the times where I got like the best. I like got better was when comedians gave me unsolicited advice. Like comedians telling me certain things. Like I used to have a real bad thing of only looking to one side of the room, and I remember crushing. I remember getting off stage and crushing. And like a veteran comic came into me and was like, "You did very well, but you didn't look at this side of the room at all." And like they didn't like. So I started noticing they didn't laugh at all.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, that's something right there that I didn't listen to. And it sucks that we are at that point point in time where people don't like advice. People don't like unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
People hate it, and it's like, but that's how you get better. Is somebody telling you, especially somebody who has experience, like telling you, hey, look, this wasn't working. This is how you do it to make it work. But it's like you can just feel it. You can feel it. Like I've went to give advice, and it's just like you can just feel them shutting down. Like, why are you telling me this?
Yeah.
Oh no, this isn't your place. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's why I stopped doing it, because I had a few of those.
It sucks, man, but it's like, honestly, I feel like comedy's in a good space because of, we do have a lot of like platforms and stuff like that, and it's a great show, a lot of great shows going on, but I feel like a lot of scenes could be a lot better individual, like scenes like Knoxville, could be a lot better if people did like sit and like actually were honest with people. Like, hey, look, this isn't funny. Like, you should do that. Like that's what you need. And it's so crazy once you actually get around good comedians, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it really upsets me that you can't tell a comic who isn't as strong that, because you can tell somebody who is strong that, and they will be like, oh, okay, thank you. Which is just like, if you would just do what that person is doing.
Well, it's all like half the scene is always people in their first year that aren't gonna last. So it's kind of, when I first started, I was like, how come nobody even like will acknowledge that I'm here? But now I kind of understand, like, there's just an endless wave of, it's kind of like, if you're still here in like the 5-year mark, then I can tell you that stuff. But it's like, just see if you can even just keep coming out for a year. It's so much of what it is now, as people are like, I'm doing comedy now and I'm filming all my first sets and I'm proving to all my friends online I'm doing it. It's like, you don't even know what it is yet, I mean, I don't even feel like, I think 10 years is like still kind of pretty young. Like I feel more humble by each year. I'm like, dude, maybe by 15, 20 years I'll be real funny and I'll know what it is.
Dude, I didn't start calling myself a comedian until like 3 years ago. Like, I didn't feel like I was a comedian. Like, I didn't give a fuck how funny I was, like what shows I was on. Like, I wasn't getting paid regularly for it. Like, I wasn't doing it like regularly enough to where I felt like proud enough to even, I wasn't even at my standard where I felt like I was good enough to even be called technically a comedian yet. So it's just crazy to see people, very first set.
I'm a comedian.
Changing the Instagram name and stuff like that. It's like,
putting their first open mic sets up, so now good stand-up is just lost in the endless scroll of bad.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen somebody live stream the first set.
Yeah.
Yeah, live stream it.
It's like, all right, ruin it for the rest of us. It's fine. I don't know. I'm trying not to be bitter about it, but I think comedy, it should be kind of a meritocracy. I mean, there's, plenty of times you got to have thick skin, I think. Like, it can't be. And that's kind of that's kind of why I like to roast improv, is like, it is a meritocracy at the end of the day. Like, you can like me as a person, but like, if you're not putting me on your show, like, that signals to me that you're not looking for me on your show. And like, I need to just deal with that. I don't need to be like pissy about that. About, you gotta, you're not getting on shows. You've been doing comedy for 2 years and nobody books you. I think you got your answer. Like, move to a new city, or maybe just like shut the fuck up about it. Like, 'cause no one owes you any spots. You gotta earn that. It's hard. That's why it's cool. It's a hero's journey.
That's how it should be. It's sad though. It's a lot of people out here just giving people spots just because, you don't get on shows, and just like, that's tough. You shouldn't be on shows. Like, you're not getting on them because you shouldn't be. But like, it's stuff like that, man. I hate that we are kind of getting away from, and you can't even talking about certain things, people, oh no, that's not how it's supposed to be. But like, I remember not getting booked on shows and saying to myself, I have to get better, like, so I can get booked on shows. And then you get better and you get booked on shows, or But now it's like, it's like taking the competition out of it. Like, and it's to me, it's hurting comedy. To me, it's hurting the next wave of comedy, because it's like, it is some funny people, but I feel like it could be a way more funnier people if there was more like truth and competition, and stuff like, hey, we're not going to book you because you're just not funny.
Yeah, the show should be the best. It's not about, anytime I hear somebody be like, and then we always try to get somebody on the show that hasn't been getting on shows. Like, that's the only reason? What about how funny they are?
That's a hell of a credit. Coming to the stage, your next comic doesn't get booked on shit.
Yeah, it's like they should.
Your next comic isn't any good. Nobody else wants to book them. So here it is, doing 15 minutes.
I mean, that's what I like about Knoxville, though, is, I mean, really just anywhere outside of Asheville, is I feel like you can say more. I think we're actually getting better about that here now. I think we're kind of catching up to, like, you should be able to say wild shit. On the other side of that,
I've always heard how restrictive it was in Asheville. Exactly how restrictive is it?
It depends on whose shows you're on.
Okay.
Some of that we could talk about after we flip the recorder off. But yeah, I mean, like the Wednesday mic's cool. Those guys have been running the longest show, and I think if you're funny, then that's fine, you know. And that's like the most. It's like the most mainstream room, and but then there's definitely more alt spaces that are a little more touchy-feely. Even me just being in my 40s, I've always been a progressive liberal guy, but I feel like sometimes I can even scan as like, you're not 100% on all of our like liberal language for this week. And it's like, well, this is comedy. Like, I'm trying out some new shit. You guys know me. I've been around for 10 years. Let me take some risks, and I'll feel it. I'll feel it if I overstep.
That's tough.
You don't have to tell me. Like, I'll feel that I was like, there are drives home where I'm like, all right, I came off looking like an asshole, and I'm going to recalibrate, you know?
Dude, I remember when it first got back. I think this was like doing like the Me Too movement, like all that stuff. When I'm not dogging the Me Too movement, like doing that bullshit.
It didn't sound like that.
But yeah, but like when like it was like super when everybody was just really aware and just don't say certain things. Like people were getting in trouble and people didn't know why people were getting in trouble. I remember going on stage and saying the word bully, like, you know, I was bullying somebody. I was saying something like that and like just filling the crowd. Just like, and I'm just like, oh shit, like okay. I think those are my empath skills was like at its highest, and like I remember saying bully, and like I remember like the next two words, and like, oh, I need to stop. Like it's not even no reason to even finish this joke.
Well, that's great. I think you need to have one of those every few months too, because if you're staying always in what you know works, you're not growing. Like you need to. I did a bit in like a alt coffee shop, like very, very young, very hip, very progressive, and I just tried a new bit about how my neighbor's dog's always barking at me, and I was doing some work, and I just threw a glass of water in the dog's face, which is not like animal abuse, but like I never got him back after that.
Water?
No, it was just like a cold glass of water, and like. And then it was like, oh, they're on the dog's side. Okay. Yeah. And there was nothing I could do. But
I'm the only one. Yeah. I'm the only one.
But I felt it, and I was like, well, that was – I grew more from that than if I'd just done the jokes that I had that I bet they would have liked the most.
Oh, yeah.
If I pandered to them. They didn't pay. So, like, I'm taking a risk. Y'all are taking a risk. I'm not going to come back next week and do that joke again and be delusional that it worked, you know. Yeah. But I like a misstep, you know, if you can feel it, if you got the impact.
Oh yeah, dude, you learn so much. I learned so much more from like times where I do bad on stage. It sucks doing bad on stage, but like now I've learned to like, okay, when I get off stage, like I'm about to grow from this.
Yeah,
like, doing great. Like last night, I had a decent set last night. It's like I didn't learn anything though, but like on those sets where I bomb, like. It's like, okay, it sucks. It's gonna be a long drive home, but it's like I'm about to recalibrate and grow from this right here.
Yeah. That's like I did this one. I bombed for this hillbilly jam a few years ago. It was like just a bunch of folks in overalls with banjos, and for some reason they had Asheville City Comics come out, and like I would love a rematch, you know, because like I learned so much because I was like I like thought of my jokes before I was even there. I was still kind of going like, you know, these are my best jokes, and it's like that's not. I should have just tried to understand their culture and just be with them. I think would have been better than trying to just be like talking. The more I talked about my life here and my perspectives, the more they were like, "Fuck this guy with those glasses and this jean." Like he thinks
he's not even the glasses guy. He's still in this gimmick. Still in Steve's the gimmick. Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was the worst I ever felt. And I think I grew more from that.
Yeah.
So.
I used to hate those sets, man. Like when I used to, like, if I didn't do well, I used to bomb. They used to like stick with me for like. Honestly, I've quit comedy a few like earlier. Like man. Like early in my comedy like career, if I didn't do well, like I wouldn't come out for like 2 weeks. I've stopped for a month. I think I bombed so hard one time. I think I stopped for a year. But like now it's like I'm like I embrace it now. Like okay, that sucks, but I'm about to. Those are the sets I go back and listen to. Like I don't really listen to my sets if I did well, but the ones I did bad is like those are the ones to listen to.
Oh man, that's still hard for me. Like
it's tough. It's to always like play video games or something, do something else, take the trash.
That's a good idea.
Keep my mind
I'm just lying there in the dark. I'm like, it wasn't good, and I'm gonna listen to it, and like I physically can't even stay. Like I get 3 minutes in, and I'm hearing my voice, and then nothing, and I'm like, I just can't. I'm like having a panic attack. Like I'm like. It's so hard.
It's tough
to sit in your own, and it's like it wasn't even probably that bad, but like in my mind now, I'm like blowing it out to. Yeah,
it's conflicting on so many levels because it's like you will need to watch your set because it's you, but then again, it's like you didn't do well, so it's not good comedy. So it's like I'm critiquing it as an audience. Yeah. Like this guy sucks.
Yeah,
this guy stinks. It's Keith Marcell. The fuck.
For me, it's like, can I keep my rhythm? Can I keep my pacing? Can I keep my tone? You know, like it's so hard for me not to speed up. And I think I've gotten better at it. But it's like you start bombing. And you get scared of those silences where, if anything, I've learned that's the time to sit down in the stool and slow it down even more and be like, get quieter. Because I try to like, push on it more, get louder, get bigger, and that just makes the bomb worse for me.
Yeah, start turning into Bone Thugs and Harmony speeding up how you yeah, I do that a lot. I used to be real bad at that. I think naturally I just talk faster, so I had to like learn to slow down anyway. Yeah, because I was just and just fuck up my whole cadence and rhythm. I also got a quiet problem too. Like if I'm bombing, I get real quiet. To where even if I say a punchline, it doesn't sound quite like a punchline. Like
just whispering.
Yeah, I'm just whispering a punchline.
Like you don't even believe in the.
Yeah, and like I'll have somebody. I have like one or two people that always like laugh. Like, oh, that was funny, but like everybody was like, he didn't say it like it was funny. Like he sounded timid, like he was scared of it. Yeah.
I like the Knoxville scene. I think like you and Brandy are very funny. Another person, I think Andrew McCaffrey is very funny.
Oh yeah, great writer.
You just said like the rhythm and the slow. I think he's got a good just a slow. Because last time we did a show together like last year somewhere at some like vintage shop that was really good with you and Brandy and Drew Morgan. He's super funny. But Andrew was talking about his. Like I just got my kids back. He was talking about some real pain. He was kind of doing that Richard Pryor thing.
Oh, yeah, he does it very well.
You take the topics and you're like, this dude made that funny, but he can kind of bring some Bugs Bunny to it, even though he's kind of just standing there.
Yeah,
he's pretty slow, and he's someone that I watch when I come to Knoxville. I'm like, that's he's one of y'all's best. Too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. He is like a very good like stage like delivery and just his performance on stage. It's complete. Like the writing, everything fits. Like the writing, the delivery, the stage performance, everything just completely fits for him. The way he delivers his jokes, his voice is kind of like, I don't want to say low. It's kind of like low. It's not. He's not high energy. So yeah. Everything fits with Andrew.
Yeah. That's cool. Y'all got some strong comics.
We've been getting better too. Like we've been like a lot of we have a good set of like younger comics that's coming in that's like been very, very good that you're definitely gonna hear about like later on.
Yeah, our post-COVID comics, now it's been like 5 years or whatever, 3 to 5 years. So there's like a whole wave now a bunch of them are real funny and they found their voices. Whereas a couple of years ago, it was just a sea of people doing impressions of other people. No punchlines, but now it's like, ooh, that class, I got my class. Most of them have moved to like, Atlanta or quit. But now there's the class that's beneath me. I'm like, all right, I got to, like, sometimes you have to follow one of them on the mic and you got looking down at your new ideas and then one of them murders and you're like, all right, this is good. There's like somebody that I remember when they weren't funny and now I'm like a little scared to follow. That's good. You want that fear, you don't want to be like everybody I'm the best in the scene. That's bad. You need people coming to try to take your spot from you all the time.
That competitive aspect of it makes you, like what they say, steel, sharp and steel is iron, or whatever it is. It makes you get better. Like, because that competitive aspect just naturally kicked in. I'm thinking about it because like it happened last night. Like one of our younger comics came outside. Like I was outside doing this set. I missed the set. I normally like to watch it. Saxton, he came. I was like, man, I just crushed it. In my mind, I'm like, okay, I got to crush harder. I got to. I got too hard. I got to. And I went up there.
And you pulled it off.
But it's like, but you need stuff like that. Stuff like that does make you a better comic. Yeah. Like I love like going to Nashville and just being on any one of their shows because like you're getting like at least, if it's 10 people on the list, it's 5 of those people who probably on the road. So it's like their stuff is like just like that. So
tight,
but it makes you better. It makes you like work hard if you're good. Some people just don't give a fuck and don't care about it.
Yeah, some people I think are just trying to hang out, and I'm starting to be like I shouldn't hate on those people. Like I got a full-time job and a family, so I'm just kind of like here to do it. Like I'm here to work on my jokes, but some people it's like that's comedy's all that they have. It's that's their whole friend group, and so I do have to remember that sometimes that like maybe even those people that don't have ambitions to do more than just hang out, maybe they're actually the true geniuses because they're not like driving themselves crazy trying to. They're just like, I don't know, I just hang out at Mike's and
just having fun.
just having fun. Maybe that is the. Sometimes I'm like that. Maybe that's the.
I'm realizing like I'm starting to
way.
enjoy comedy now that I have so much going on outside of comedy. Like before when it was like
Everything.
Yeah, I needed this. Like I need this bad. I need this to work. It was like I started to hate it a little
unhealthy.
bit. Yeah, but now it's like I have other things I do, and now it's like okay. Like even like last night it was like I worked last night, but I mean I worked yesterday, but I did some other stuff when I got off. Did a couple hobbies, and I get to go to a show and just get to curse at people on stage. It's a great way to end the night to me now. Like, I still want it to work. Like I still, putting forth that effort, but like it's not like if this doesn't work, I have nothing else. Like that's and
that does not help your comedy too. Like that's I mean
I've seen people go crazy off that. Like just though this is all I have, this is all I want to do is like also on a deeper level, it's just like that's kind of sad. Like that's the only prospect you have is
like
stand up happening.
Your
like,
single friend who's like, I just really need a girlfriend.
Like,
I need this. And it's like, well, that person's never going to have a good relationship because the desperation.
Yeah, it's going to break them.
Yeah.
It's going to break them. And I've seen it happen, unfortunately.
Yeah. So like my kids and my family and stuff, like if something goes wrong there, it's more important than if something goes wrong in a set, and that actually helps me stay a little looser on stage because it's like
you can take if something doesn't go well, like if this is it and you don't have any families, like damn, y'all didn't like me. Now you got to curse at the audience.
Yeah,
now you got to talk shit about them and stab them.
Yeah, and I still do that sometimes. That's my unforgivable sin. If I'm ever listening back and I'm like, oh, you guys didn't like that, or like that's what I'm trying to like always do the thing you said where you get up and you're like, it's nice to see you guys. Like try to like actually embody that. Have gratitude for them for sitting in the fucking chairs. I mean, if there's somebody heckling, then fuck that person. Usually people are trying to listen to you, and I've got the mic, so
you are the most important person in the room at that point in time.
Yeah,
actually. John C. Maxwell says the audience is always the most important person. I try to remember that when I go on stage now.
That's interesting. Like it's just one. Like it's one.
It's just. I mean, because at the end of the day, they give a. Well, he actually made a great point in his book. In the book, I name dropped the book again, but it's funny to me when I do because
I think it's great.
My girlfriend told me that she's like, you only read books, so people you can tell people you read books.
You're making the podcast a little more like highbrow. Like we talk about books on here now,
but he talked about like. Now as a performer, now he's just a speaker. He's a motivational speaker, and he teaches like leadership seminars and stuff like that. But he talked about like before when people were consuming speeches and stuff, it was like a congregation of people, like or a town hall meeting type. We talking 1800s, but like now, then you had the television where it became just you and what your family wanted to watch. But now it's more so of people watching stuff on their phone and programming themselves on their phone. So it's like now it's like you really do. The audience isn't coming to see you. It's like the audience kind of feels entitled a little bit. Like no, you have to. Yeah. We talk about it in comedy all the time because comedians like. It's almost like the crowds want you to talk to them. Like like some shows is like you can just tell the crowds doesn't want jokes at all. Like I've seen people who are great joke writers try to do jokes on certain shows, and the crowd is just like, no, talk to us. Like we are.
They want to be a part of the show.
Like you have to, and like it sucks, but it's just like the audience has changed now. So so you gotta mention them and.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that, and I like to talk to him a little. Like when I did like Alley Ray's on Sunday, I did like just over 30. So I was like, if I ever do that much time, anytime something happens, I'm gonna stop and go with it because I feel like people, even if they do want to hear jokes, you can really only listen to a person talk at you so much. Mm-hmm. Like Patrice would he starts like a special being like. Just I want to know who's here.
Yeah.
Before he goes into the material, he makes that connection, which is like, and then I feel like he's got great material, but he's proven that he's present. He's not just hitting the tape recorder in his mind. So I like I always say people, you have to learn how to do crowd work. Like even if you never use that tool, if you're scared to do crowd work, they can sense that fear on you and your material won't be as good.
Yeah. And then sometimes I've seen this happen where like something will happen in the audience, like, or something legitimately will happen. Maybe a plate will fall or a glass will break, and like the comedian who doesn't do won't say anything. I'm like, you're not gonna say, you gotta say something.
Yeah.
Like, it just, this loud commotion like just happened. Somebody failed. You just like, oh, that's crazy, and just go on about the joke, and it's like, oh.
And the audience goes,
Yeah.
you're not in reality with us?
Yeah, like this is, it was like, but some comedians can't.
Might as well be improv at this point. You're not even acknowledging.
Improv. No, I'm not gonna let you take that day on improv, because improv would make that part.
That's what they're doing the whole time.
Yeah, they would pick up the plate, cut themselves with it, and make a scene about it.
That's a good point. I went too far on that one.
Yeah.
Improv would be like, ooh, this is perfect.
Perfect. Somebody could pass out and die. They would just bring the body on stage. A weekend at Bernie's and shit. But I was thinking about something about the audience conversation we were having. I forgot.
Yeah, that's the thing, is there's so many tangents. Yeah, it's always like, oh, that reminded me of something, but then I lost it. Yeah. But we embrace it all. It comes back if it's meant to. Mm-hmm. It's just a big free. I mean, this is kind of, to me, a bit like trying to, be less scripted on stage. Like, this is sort of like you're saying, like try a trauma bit, but then maybe it's not funny. That's what I like about this, is we don't have to be funny. Like, it might happen sometimes, but you can kind of get into some spaces that you can maybe make into a bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can be more indulgent. You can't get up in front of an audience for 2 hours and do this shit.
No.
But people can like go shop at the grocery store and listen to it.
Yeah.
Do you consume podcasts? Do you do like
I
mainly books?
One podcast, and it's called Swindled. I don't know if you ever came across it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's just a podcast about a whole bunch of just crime, like blue collar, mostly white collar crime, like just people just stealing crazy amounts of money from taxpayers and shit like that. I think in my past life I might have been like a little bit of a criminal. It's like shit like that. It's just, I'm just really it's like murder documentaries don't get me. Like, I can, my lady, she like watches murder documentaries. Like, nah, I need to watch somebody embezzle. Like, that's what I need to watch. I don't know. I'm not gonna say too much, because it's like I might have to. We'll see what happens in 40. When I'm 45.
Do you still do you believe in past lives? You kind of.
I don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes it does feel like, you'll meet somebody, you'll be like, damn, I feel like I've connected to you, before. But then again, I do not know. I don't know what happens past this right here. Like, I don't know if I'm hoping there's an afterlife, because I think some people do need to burn in it. But I don't know. But I don't know.
Just for the hell part.
Just for the hell part.
I don't give a shit if there's a good place.
Good people should just die, but there are people who just need to just burn for the rest of their life. But I don't know. I don't know if there's a past life. I believe stuff like that is stuff that we tell ourselves to make ourselves think, to make ourselves okay with death. I feel like a lot of that stuff just comes from heaven, hell, and stuff like that. I don't. Once again, I do not know, because I've only been here. I haven't, taken mushrooms or acid and experienced, DMT, I think, is another one they use to experience other worlds and shit. But I think certain things is just what we tell ourselves to make ourselves okay with death, afterlife, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Reincarnation, because even if you were to get reincarnated, you wouldn't know. Like, you wouldn't. I could be reincarnated as somebody was like, I don't know who the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were saying something when we first started talking about like the stars, and it's like kind of getting, having a sort of like, I forget the word you use, like a rebirth or kind of a change in the last year, kind of like moving away from meaner, like bully energy, or these are not the words you use, but
no, it was kind of like it was definitely bully energy, man. It was really just like, I felt bad, so you need to feel equally as bad as I do. Like, but if I'm happy, I'm happy. Like, I want everybody to feel good. But if I'm bad, it's like, no, I want you to feel equally as bad. And I'm gonna go to this grocery store and I'm gonna say something to the cashier and I'm gonna make a little snide
Really?
remark.
You would do that?
Yeah, I was an asshole person, bro. I was a real asshole person. I'm not proud of who I used to be.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's not. You never come across that way to me.
No.
In the time we've spent together, but
no. Yeah. But yeah, this last year, I lost also just a lot of perspectives. It's been changing. Like, I opened up my first business, so like just that has like changed my mind a lot. Yeah. Thank you. Getting to the point where I can hire like my first employee, so that's like great. Like, yeah, a lot of things have been like coming to fruition that like I've been manifesting and all this other shit.
Yeah.
So,
Manifesting.
I
like that.
Oh, it's real, man.
I like that.
It's
I'm getting into because I was always like not. I've lived in this hippie town for 22 years or whatever, but now I'm actually starting to get into like manifestation.
It's real, dude. A lot
getting
of this,
old and weird now.
I'm learning like a lot of this stuff is real, but it's not even as deep as we think it is. Like, well, look at me trying to tell you how energy and shit, what's going on in your mind, you know. But to me, it's just, it works because it's like if you think about something all the time, your brain is just constantly going to be like, okay, well, this is something that you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm going to, try to give you the energy to do it. I'm gonna try to put you in the situation to do it. And it's just like that's all that manifestation is to me. It's just putting your mind constantly on something, and eventually your body's going to follow it.
Yeah, totally.
It's deep, but it's not like you just sitting thinking in the universe is going to.
It's kind of common sense in a way.
Yeah. It really is.
It's like getting up and being like, I'm happy to see y'all. Like that's that changes the set. That changes the rest of your life a little bit. I mean, or it's like the gratitude thing. I got big into that. I was like really unhappy a few years ago, and like I read this gratitude book, and I wrote a thank you note to somebody every day for a year because that's what the author of the book did, and it changed my life. Some days it might just be like, hey mom, I love you. You this one thing from childhood came up, or hey, thanks for booking me tonight. Just like every day I gave gratitude once, and I mean, I'd always heard that cliche, but it really is like, well, now I'm looking for gratitude every day.
Dude, that's what it is. It's like life. There's another thing I've learned in my journey. Life is all about perspective. So when you do things like show gratitude, you can see gratitude. You can be gracious of more things. You can see the small blessings in life. If you're thinking that, if you go out here and you just believe that nobody gives me anything and everybody hates me, somebody could walk up to you and give you $100. You'd be like, well, thank you. Even your reaction isn't gonna be, oh, well, thank you. You'll be like, thank about fucking time. Somebody thought, you
filter it.
Yeah, dude,
to what's already.
It really is about perspective. Like it's simple, it's deep, but it's not as deep as people think it is. It's real simple, but it's very interesting. It's like just how you can change, how you can change your life just by simply changing your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff's real, but it's so hard for me. I mean, I have such a great life, but like, I think we are wired to like, if you get that one negative comment, you get 99 amazing ones, and you focus. Like, there's something that maybe a survival instinct to go like, oh, that one berry, if I eat that, it's gonna kill me. So there's some part in our DNA that we're at 99% good, but I'll focus on that one. So that's my problem. Is like, I'm like, what, trying to. Being grateful and saying those little mantras to myself is a way to try to like reprogram my brain. Yeah. And so I'll do that for a while. I'll get up every morning and do that, and then I'll be like happy again, and I'll be like, oh, I don't need to do it anymore, and then I'll slip back into misery. Like I haven't managed to keep it, like. But that's part of it though. That's part of it though. Like you're gonna have like good days and bad days and shit. Like I think I came off a bad day like three days ago. I think I came, but like before, like my bad days used to last like a bad week. Like it would be like a bad month. Like now it's literally like it's a bad. I'll know it's coming. I'll be like, hey, I'll tell my girlfriend like, hey, look, this for a couple hours. Give me some time alone. All right, she'll be like, okay, cool. And then after that, I'm ready to come out and play again. So I just got now. I just got to put myself in time out, and then come back out and play. Yeah, I go to therapy with my wife and our marriage counselor, and that's what you just said is like it's a choice. Like I'm like when I've come in the door from that day to be able to be like, I can see that part of me that's going to cause. I'm going to say some shit that'll haunt me forever. Yeah. Or I can go. I just need to go chill in the room for a few hours. And then I come out and it's good. Like that little moment. It's like telling the audience, I'm glad to see you. Just getting enough wisdom to make that little change.
Yeah. And it really is those small tweaks that like that can make things different. Or you can just take that energy and say something to your wife. Now y'all arguing for 2 weeks, or you could just take those 2 hours to yourself and be like, it won't that bad, and then come back out and play. Yeah. It's a lot to it, man. It's a lot to it. How much time do we have? We could talk. Like I've been on.
Yeah, we've been at it for like I don't know, almost an hour and a half.
I would say you have until 5:30.
Yeah.
What time is it now?
It's 5:07.
5:07.
So you can do another 20 if you want, but it's always just kind of self-guided. So
okay. I mean, I just don't want to. I know you have dinner to get to.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
And, and that's on. Let me just
20.
say, man, I love that the fact that we have to stop this show at 5:30 so you can have dinner with your family. Like it's now I'm becoming like a real big family, man. I don't have my own. I have a makeshift family. I feel like it's a cult a little bit. It's like me, my girlfriend's sister, my girlfriend's sister baby. So it's kind of like it's a makeshift family. It's a makeshift family, but like that's my family. And it's like just hearing stuff like you don't really hear that in comedy. Like sometimes I really feel like the outcast in comedy because it's just like I got a family. Yeah. And like I talk to them and like we're planning the vacations and shit. Like you don't really hear a lot of comedians say, "Oh, I'm going on vacation with my family," or "I'm met up with my parents," and it wasn't a holiday. It was just for the fun of it. I love my,
Yeah.
You said you love your wife. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy to hear.
I mean, to me, that's like my diversity in the stand-up scene is it's like there's not a lot of people that like have like loyalty and commitment to their family. You know, I mean, I don't say it like that on stage, but it's like it gives me a different perspective, I think, than just being like, I'm on the dating apps and I'm 32.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking another. And I talk like Shane Gillis, and it's like, good Lord.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys.
Yeah. If they were doing improv, that would just be worse. It's even that, like, dude, like writing jokes about my girlfriend. It's just like, I feel pressured. I'm like, at one time I was just like, do I just go on stage and just shit on her? But then I was like, I don't hate her. I love this woman. Like, I really do love her. Like, sometimes I feel weird. Like, I go on stage and I just be like, I love her.
But that's kind of funny, you know, because like then you get around to your other bits, and it's like that kind of stands out. That's unexpected. Like a joke is kind of a surprise at its heart. So for you to get up and say that you love her at some point, to me that is kind of funny.
Yeah, like I'm trying to work on stuff about her, and it's like that's just on my mind. Like I really do just love this woman. Like, I've been working on some stuff, like talking about how like she kind of rescued me, and I felt like I was like an adopted dog or something. Like I was just on the street.
That's great because you don't hear that perspective.
Yeah,
a lot,
like bro, I really do feel like this one, like with her, like she's helped me so much, and like she's really helped me reprogram myself, rethink a lot of things. So I'm very grateful for it, which that isn't funny. Like, I'm grateful for my woman I love. It's like, how do you find
even just that like premise though is like so stands out in a night of at a mic or something. It's like, oh, you're coming at it from the like another direction. Like I've got a chunk of material about just like, in your 30s, you're kind of still like, I'm not saying anybody else, but like kind of like, can I get somebody hotter? And you get to your 40s and you're like, good Lord, like I'm getting old, gross shit. The CPAP's coming. I'm like sleeping with a mouth guard. Like I need to hold on and be, like loyalty and trust become the hottest shit in the world. And it's kind of the opposite of like
going to pottery class with her.
Yeah. And love it. And it's like, oh, there's a lot of like gems here that people are doing just the dating apps and my girlfriend's fucking annoying, and it's like, ugh, you just sound like another toxic dude up there, not aware of your own bullshit. It
is good to have that different perspective because it does help you like stand out. It's just about for me finding the funny in that that difference. I guess that is the funny because a lot of people do hate their significant other. It's like.
Yeah. Have you found a punchline for like those topics?
No.
Yet? Being like,
my idea is just like it's funny because like my friends would be talking shit about women, and I would just feel the need to say something about. And then she fucking made chicken wings yesterday. I told her I wanted hamburgers. Fucking bitch. Fucking like trying to find some common ground with them on.
Yeah, that's a tough one. When the vibe is like you're hanging out with dudes that are talking one way, it's like. When in Rome sometimes, it's like, I'm not trying to, but even these sad motherfuckers, like, I'll just, I don't need to like let them know that how shitty their life really is.
It sucks though. It sucks being in that position because it's like you want to join in and participate in the conversation, but it's like I really don't have nothing to add because like life is good over here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I look at my phone right now. She probably texting me, "I love you, I miss you," and I'm like, I heart it. And then.
I mean, you're a Chappelle fan? Because I mean, I feel like he really gets into spaces like that somehow. Mm-hmm. Like he'll tell a story about his son or something that he can get kind of heartwarming. Mm-hmm. But then he's just so funny before and after that there's no question that like we're going with him to like some place that's like a little more sincere.
Yeah. I guess that's also the thing is like before so much of my comedy was driven by hatred and anger and like shit that just bothered me. That like now it's like it's new for me to write about things I actually like. Like those before it was like all the things that were on my mind all the time were just things I hated or things that bothered me. Now it's just like I think about how much I love this woman all the time. It's like, how do I make that funny now? Like, how do I go more so doing the sincere stuff as being funny instead of more so of the stuff that's just like, this is stupid, this is dumb, I hate TikTok, that type of shit. So.
I mean, I've only seen your comedy like a little bit for the last couple of years, but I've kind of felt like it's always a little that way. I mean, like I feel like in my mind when I kind of play. Starting off saying you're an empath is kind of sensitive, and then at the end, like the statues closer. I mean, to me, that's kind of interesting because you aren't taking one side. You're kind of like that. You kind of bring in some Bugs Bunny or something to a topic where it's like, oh shit, where is this gonna go? But it's like that could easily be. You don't land it, but it is pretty silly, when you bring OJ into it at the end. So it's like
beside Robert E. Lee.
That kind of those bits don't really sound like angry. It doesn't sound like you're like.
Well, it came from an angry place.
Yeah.
Like, it came from an angry place. Like
right.
It came from dude. Like I was there. Like I saw it happen in real time. Well, now we talking about something else. We talking about how things are scripted a lot.
Yeah.
And like I legit saw nobody. I was in Richmond when this happened, and I remember we used to walk past the Confederate statue to get to a mic. I'm talking about for a year or two. I've never heard nobody say anything about this Confederate statue. It never crossed our mind that we were walking past this Robert E. Lee statue. Yeah. It was never mentioned. Then all of a sudden, like I'm talking legit, I'm at work and I see Monday protest happens at Confederate statue in Richmond. I'm like, where is this at? I've never seen this one. I'm like, no, that's the one I walked past. Now all of a sudden I go on Facebook and I see all my Facebook friends saying, people who I've walked past the statue with saying, oh yeah, that statue always bothered me. I've always hated it. And I've been saying I'm like, I've never heard these things. And
we had a nice lunch by that statue last month.
Yeah, we had it was it was one of the best shows in the city was by this. We had to walk. I've never heard nobody say anything.
Oh, that's funny. Where they tear the statue down, and then that fun show that like brought people together doesn't happen. There is some other side to it. I feel like I mean that's kind of the way I want to do divisive topics is like I want to talk about that stuff, but like you could have the left and the right both in the room and they both laugh. Like I never want to pander to a side. And that's what I like about that joke because I feel like you can be diehard liberal or Republican, and it's just a fun. It's like look how funny all this we are on all of us, and that's the best laugh is not being like we're the smart ones and they're the dumb. I hate comedy so, especially right now.
To me, that's easy.
Yeah,
it's
pandering.
Easy. It's easy, especially because it also you have to be in a certain room to even pick a side. Like you have to know you are going to be in front of a liberal audience to pick a liberal side. So it's like, so you're only going to do liberal rooms? Like, are you? Because you can't do conservative. Some of them can't do. Some of them can do both, but some people, if you're up there saying liberal, you're not going to be able to do fucking. Would you say Farm and
Merville?
You're not gonna do
that. Was in Maggie Valley. That one, yeah.
You're not gonna be able to do Maggie Valley at the Hillbilly Jam if you're just liberal.
And I didn't know I was liberal, and then that show opened my eyes to the fact that like, hey, this is not for everybody. And now I know because I got my ass kicked, up there. Just publicly shamed for like 30 minutes.
Oh, that's
it was a long one too. At some point, the show became. We're not even going to sit here quietly. We're going to see if we can just make them cry or something. Or they started like yelling stuff at me,
Shit.
And
what were they yelling?
They were just like, "You're in them hills now, boy."
That's good.
Yeah, it was.
You in the hills now,
like kind of like I was like, am I being threatened or is it like it definitely was like they were just kind of
in a different dimension.
Yeah, it was like a culture, and I was like, I probably should have taken a moment to like. Maybe understand this culture, I'm
That's
white, they're white, culture, but it's a different culture. I didn't really know that then. I don't know that I really, but then also it's like you're not for everybody. it was worthwhile bombing for them, but I'm not going to try to be a comedian for the Hillbilly Jam. I mean, that's not
the Hillbilly comedy.
Hillbilly circuit. Although maybe that could be lucrative.
Very lucrative. Now, hell yeah.
Come up with my character.
Dude,
he would not have glasses though. He would have like a.
You know how many small towns we have here that don't get anything but have venues?
Yeah.
You could just only do small towns.
Yeah.
He'll call it the Hillbilly Jam Tour.
Yeah.
Have a fucking 5-piece banjo group playing, before you.
Sometimes those are the best shows, like the small towns, because they're grateful that anybody came to try to do a show for them.
Yeah.
And the big city
out too, and they come out.
Yeah, in the big city, there's there's 9 shows every night. We don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Anytime you're like, oh, I'm going up to New York and I got a show, it's like, well, that's that might not be as good as going out to the Tri-Cities where they're like, we got a comedy show this month. We're excited. Everybody's there. Yeah. They're laughing. Mm-hmm. But then I don't maybe grow as much from that show as the Hillbillies threatening me. Like that one really changed my life, failing in a new way.
I like shows like that because it's different. It forces you to really try to see how good you are. Really test it because it's really a different environment. The Hillbilly Jam compared to anything else you're going to do. Yeah. I don't think it's nothing comparable.
Yeah.
Well, Maryville would just be a constant Hillbilly Jam.
I do all right in Maryville because I can just be like, hey, I got kids and I got material that can family. Yeah. Like that's the nice thing about family material is it really connects with those audiences. But then it's like the hipsters in their 20s don't want to hear dad talk about his kids. Like you got to have a really good dad joke if they're gonna laugh at it. Yeah. It's good to just do a lot of different rooms. I mean, honestly, one thing I keep having I have like a list of goals with just growing, and not I would like to do more black rooms, but I don't.
Me too, actually. Yeah, because we don't have them.
We don't have any, and I would never expect to do well, do great. But I like that the one time once or twice I've done a black room, it's a very different kind of bomb. Driving back from Charlotte after that bomb, it's like okay, I got to rethink everything, Yeah.
Well, we're not going to also sit silent while you're bombing. We're going to let you know that you're bombing. Yeah. we're going to tell you. Yeah. You've been to you've watched the movie with us. We're going to let you know that we are not pleased. We are not happy.
And I respect that. That's like the opposite of improv thing, where it's they're like, we're not going to pretend you're good.
Oh no. They are not an improv crowd at all.
Yeah, and I can also feel a little bit of you're walking up here with all this privilege and stuff, and you're still not funny. There's no fucking way we're gonna act like you're funny.
That would be a fun prank. So I don't know who we would play that prank on, but you put a black room, but an improv group. I don't know who's getting pranked harder, the black audience or the improv group. Oh my god.
Well, there's a lot of black improv groups. You could probably get one of them.
We have to find one of them. Yeah, it would have to be a black improv group,
but which doesn't exist, right?
No, they do exist. They do exist. Yeah.
Fully.
You talking about black? Yeah.
I mean, everyone in Atlanta,
so I'm assuming it's some darker skinned people. So I believe they're
that's cool. Yeah. I just always think of it as being the ultimate white thing, an improv.
No, we in that space too. It's always one. We had the one hockey player, we had the one improv group, one golf player. We're gonna slide our way in. We'll find a way.
Yeah, that's because that's the thing. It's just different, bombing for different cultures. I think I'd like to do the Midwest because that feels like it's kind of probably a little different. Get
I've
out there.
Heard those crowds are real great. Somebody's in Nebraska's not Wisconsin. I think Comedy Estate, one of our comics moved out there, and he said those shows that scene is very good. So
that's what I've heard too.
Yeah. I feel like Midwest would be almost like a Johnson City kinda. I feel very thankful that something's happening out there.
Bunch of farmers kids.
Yeah. Especially some of those places just nothing but land, so it's probably set up kind of like Tennessee, where it's one big city, then a whole bunch of just smaller cities, then you hit Green Bay, and then nothing else. I know that's how it was driving through Missouri, and I almost had a nervous breakdown. This is when I was driving trucks over the road, and I had to go through Missouri 4 or 5 times back to back, and it's the worst state because there's nothing in there.
Yeah,
you hit St. Louis and then you hit Kansas City, but it's nothing in between 3-4 hours.
Is it flat?
Flat.
It's just you can just flat. See. Yeah, that kind of fucks with your head when it's just it's like you're on a hamster wheel or something. You keep driving, but nothing changes.
Yeah, that was when I quit truck. When I quit over the road, I was I'm not coming back out here. That was my last My last like over the road run was going through Missouri.
Yeah. Should have given you a bigger glass.
Yeah. I'm a thirsty boy. I'm a very thirsty boy. How much time do we have left?
We got like 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Oh, we didn't get into any of the. Well, we got into manifestation.
Yeah.
We got into manifestation. What other weird shit do I believe in? I'm a real big energy person. I believe energy is real.
What does the energy mean to you?
Just the energy that you have within yourself. I feel like, if you can get yourself to a moment, to a place where your energy is just vibrating at a certain level. And I'm using these words. That's like the words that I've.
Oh man, I'm in Asheville. I understood everything you said.
Yeah, but like because it sounds like weird and deep, but it's really just in a good mood. You can put yourself. Okay. So I'm in the right place. I'm in the right place. Okay, I'm in Knoxville. I'm in front of the right audience. It's not Maryville. I'm in front of the right. I'm in front of the right audience. But like you can just get to the point where your energy is just like vibrating. It kind of carries you. Like sometimes I'll feel like scared. Like I used to feel like very scared to do things like when I was like vibrating kind of lower, but like I worked on myself and I was just like, I just feel like nothing's impossible now. Well, I mean, within limits, now we're talking crazy if I say nothing's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now it's like, because my energy is kind of vibrating a little bit higher. Now I feel like I can accomplish more things. I have more natural just energy to do things. I'm not as like sleepy and sad and like, less pessimistic. Like I'm more optimistic now. Like I feel like you can create these things within yourself and like it helps, just helps how you navigate the world.
I'm trying to be an optimist. I mean, I should say I'm an optimist because that's I think that's what we're saying. It's like I'm an optimist. You just say it, and that's the word. Really is kind of like the true thing.
I've heard this phrase: words are like a magic wand. Words are your magic wand. It really, once again, like the history. I think it was like spelling. Like it's like you're creating a spell with your words. It's like you really can. Like if you say things like I'm trying to be an optimist, your mind is like, okay, well that's not important.
Yeah.
But like if you say I am, your brain eventually would be like, well shit, I guess we are. So now we have to be. Because like the way it was described to me is like your brain is processing so many things at one time that it doesn't have time to like really process it as deep as it should. So it's like, your brain kind of takes in some things that it shouldn't take in, that you kind of like have to correct yourself. I used to have this really weird thing. Now this is like self-loathing shit. When I was depressed, like I couldn't look at a luxury car because I would feel bad because like I don't have that luxury car. So it's like shit like that. It's like, but you can reprogram that to like where that doesn't bother you anymore. So now I can look at like a luxury car and be like, oh, okay, that's nice. If I had the money, it would be nice to have one, but I don't have one, so I don't have to feel like, damn, I got to work harder because I don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah, reprogram is a good word. I'm trying to do that in the morning.
But it's a lot of things like that. A lot of people don't even understand it. Like your brain just gets triggered and you can just feel fucked up about it and, can send you down to the path of like overthinking and just, not feeling your best.
Oh yeah. That's what I do. But
No,
that's the line. See, that's me. It's been interesting. This is the 101st episode of this podcast.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So I've listened to myself talk a lot, and I noticed that I'll say things like that, like I'll kind of like belittle myself, like maybe more than I should. Like I think it's like a defense mechanism, or it's supposed to be funny, but then it is kind of like I'm just reinforcing that. So I think I'm starting to try to catch myself.
Yeah.
Or it's like, well, I'm just a piece of shit. What do I know? But it's like, wait a second.
What they say it's truth in every joke. Like, you saying it as a joke, but like now maybe you might, unfortunately, you might think that, sometimes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I don't know. You want to wrap up on that deep thought?
Yeah, we can wrap up on that deep thought. Was it 2 more minutes?
We got 5 more if you want to. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Was there anything else I wanted to go on to?
You roasted me about the library last time, so just look how far we've come.
We have come. Now we're in the shed. We're gonna be in the garage.
Next time we'll have. It'll be the shed again next time. Yeah.
No, this is nice.
Yeah, I mean you can come back.
The guitar? Oh no, you were in a band. Like
I mean that's my. I'm a musician who does comedy. I've been in comedy for 10 years. Yeah, we talk about calling yourself a comedian, but I've been a musician since I was a teenager, and that's kind of like my real. I think of joke writing kind of like songwriting. Like you're making sounds, rhythm, tone, trying to connect. So I'm trying to like
very
get as good at comedy as I I'm pretty confident playing instruments and stuff. I'm trying to.
That's great though that you have like a different perspective. So like, because you actually play the instrument, so you know like what it takes to make a song, so you can actually use that in like your comedy. So that's a different way to think about.
That's what I'm hoping is that like even though I started comedy like in my 30s, that all that music and songwriting maybe gave me a head start. Yeah. So this is me again being like, maybe it's like it did give you a head start. It's like I got that. It's good that we've been talking about, because I'm catching how much my own language is a little self-defeatist. Mm-hmm. Trying to evolve past that.
That's good, man. I think like I was really into music. Like I still listen to music a lot, and like I listen to like a lot of rap music, and I've noticed that like because I listen to a lot of rap music, my rhythm when I speak on stage is almost kind of like melodic and like poetic, and I feel like, and also I used to do music, so like I kind of talk in that, and I feel like that helps a little bit on stage. Like I have like a certain rhythm, and almost my lady almost said it almost sound like you're almost about to break into song, because like you're kind of like pacing, but you can do stuff like that because you know how to write songs, so you know how to translate that to comedy. That's that's. Yeah.
I mean, to me, you do that. I mean, to me, every comedian I like does it musically. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, that's almost the difference. Is like if you sound musical, which is something I'm trying to work on, because my brain just goes so rapid fire that my mouth. So trying to slow down and take pauses. Yeah. I think every comedian I like, it sounds like music to me. Yeah. Like there's no different. Like I mean, Chappelle, it's like the pauses, the dynamics, the range,
the tension, and
he's totally like Miles Davis on the trumpet or something. Yeah. He's got that cool energy. Some people come out more with like guitar solo energy. Mm-hmm. There's different ways to do it, but it should be music.
What would you consider your comedy? What is your if
genre
Chappelle
of music?
is Miles Davis on it? You say trumpet?
I don't know. That's a great question. Man, it's like I know we've talked about how I want to move more into jazz. Like maybe I started off trying to be the Beatles more, where you really write like great jokes. I'm a great writer, like the more Mark Normand or something. But now I'm trying to get more like, Chappelle or get more like jazz, where it's a little different each time. Mm-hmm. Do you know Rory Scovel?
Yeah.
I mean, he's on my bucket list, and I saw him a few months ago, and it's just. I love to see. My favorite thing to do is see a comedian who just put out a special, so they're working on new shit. I'd much rather see them try to find new ideas than the finished thing. I can watch that online later. Yeah. So he just reads a premise, and it's like, how is he going to make this funny? And he's so in the moment. He's acting out people. He's moving around the stage. He's doing like a improv thing where he's playing all the characters. Like to me, that's kind of like jazz. Like it's kind of silly. Yeah. It's Bugs Bunny, but he's talking about heavy shit. At the end of the night, I think about the topics, and it's like pain, trauma. So that's kind of like, he's someone I'm like, man, I want to do it more like that.
Hey, I'm glad you said that name. I haven't watched Rory Scovel in a while. Like I did a festival with him, but this is before he was Rory Scovel. Yeah. And like I remember, like I met him before he was Rory Scovel, and then like people started saying that name again. I'm like, oh, him, he wasn't shit. Like now it's like, oh god, damn, okay, he's the man now. All right, that's cool. He was funny then, but it was before he was had that buzz behind the name, so it's crazy.
Yeah, now he's on shows and stuff. As a stand-up, he's still pretty small time. Like I mean, as far as like, I'm surprised he wasn't at the big theater, but he was kind of at the smaller room, which is cool, because I'd rather see. Once you're in a huge room, it's like I don't really want to be that. You're some tiny dot on the stage. Yeah. Although I saw Chappelle and Bill Burr just before COVID, and those were like, even though it was a big theater, they're good enough to even get me in the back row. Okay. So.
That's a skill right there. Yeah. That is a skill. I do like to see comedians in more like intimate settings, because you do get, and then they, especially ones who like interact with the audience a little bit and can bring characters from the audience into the show. So it's To
me, that's real comedy. It's like Bert Kreischer in a stadium. I'm just like, great. He seems very nice. He's funny. I mean, that's cool, but it's like, that's almost like a monster truck rally or something. Like to me, comedy is like a brick wall, a basement, and like 50. That's the purest form of comedy, is 50 people or 100 or less. Now it's like comedy's so big that it's these giant.
Yeah, it's great from a financial standpoint. I'm pretty sure he's like, I'm glad I'm not standing behind a brick wall anymore. So from a financial standpoint, it's great. But it's like, I always thought, like, if I ever do get to that level, like, I would still produce my comedy specials in like smaller rooms. Just because it's just a better vibe.
Yeah.
Or even like I think Chappelle did the one where I can't remember the name, but his very first one back, I think like Austin, Texas. That was kind of like a smaller-ish
for him,
room. Like for him, like dude, it was perfect. Like that room right there is probably like the biggest I think I would go for like a stand-up special.
Yeah,
just so you can keep that level of intimacy with the audience.
Yeah, Louis did one like when he was on top before, like 10 years ago at the Comedy Store, I think it was. Like it was like the Beacon Theater and the biggest rooms, and then he just did one in like maybe I don't know how many people are in that room, but it's small, and he had the brick wall, and I was like, this is. I don't know why more comedians don't do that. I guess you get used to the big rooms for the budget, and then it's like if you put Kevin Hart in a little room, it'd be like it's terrifying because the energy is so much that it might not so yeah.
I think also it's just an appearance thing too. Like it makes you look better. Because if you are doing those rooms, like why wouldn't you want to show that you're in those rooms?
That makes sense.
Makes you look like you're a bigger. It showcases how big you are. So but
people aren't like you should now. You've been back down in a 50-person room, and you got to be like I chose that. You gotta be all defensive about it.
Yeah. No, I want to be here. I can still sell tickets. Yeah. You got to have that mind. Yeah. But no, I think I would still do like shows in like smaller rooms just because it would just be better that way. I've always thought like Central Cinema would be a great. Now we're just talking.
Yeah,
but I feel like Central Cinema would be. I feel like Central Cinema would be like I always think about like when I do get to that point where I want to do like my first special, Central Cinema.
Yeah,
100 seats, but it's like you've been to Central, right?
Yeah,
it's just like everybody's kind of like crammed in there. It's kind of like it just feels like comedy to me.
Yeah, no windows.
No windows. Just it's just I like one
nice
of my favorite
blue screen behind you.
You ever been to this
brick wall on the screen?
Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. I wonder if you ever been to the original Dead Crow in Wilmington? That was such a great comedy. I haven't been to the new one, but like you walk downstairs and like they had to bring, and it's just like, oh, it feels
downstairs.
Like downstairs is the shit.
No windows.
Oh God, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was shitty bar food. It was mozzarella sticks, chicken tender. Like it just felt like comedy in there.
Yeah, Aziz Ansari, like he did a special at the Comedy Cellar in New York where he just dropped in surprise, and he did like, these are the 30 minutes that I'm excited about right now. Nobody even knew that was going to happen, and to me that's like, I'd rather watch that special than him like jumping around for his super fans in a stadium. Like there's something that he like brought it back to like where comedy was born, like where the art form really thrives is in that basement. So it is weird that now comedy's taken over the culture. So the biggest names are doing comedy in these places that to me feel so far from like the true spirit of 50 people in a basement.
Gotta make that money though. Gotta make the money though.
Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta wrap up, but you can come back anytime, man. You're a great guest. Thanks for coming on.
Enjoy coming here talking. We got to get more into the like I said, I just don't have anybody to talk to about family and words being like your magic wand and shit like that, and philosophy and stuff like that. So I'm excited to come back.
Hey, you're getting some of that Asheville woo energy.
Yeah.
They're gonna make fun of you when you get back to Knoxville. You're gonna come back.
Start using words like vibrations and shit. Where the fuck you been at, boy? You been in that hick town of Asheville? Well, no, not hick town. What is this? This is that liberal town of Asheville.
Yeah, sums it up. Yeah. All right, man. Thank you.